What the hell is this place anyway?
Okay, the best route. Okay, once we dump that, we'll have another. I'm trying to decide if we're going to have enough inventory slots or not. Now, when you come here and there are hunters, do they replace any Crimson Heads you haven't dealt with, or are they both there? I get the feeling that they're both there. The reason I'm wondering or worrying about this is I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and clear any potential Crimson Heads. Like this guy up here is probably a Crimson Head now. So let's see if he comes running at us all spooky or not. Don't see a corpse laying here. See Jill aiming at somebody. Hey, buddy boy. You look real antsy to get over here to us. He seems to be dead, Captain. There was a door that we didn't unlock. If you look below where we are on the map, that balcony, that's where we blew the dog whistle. If you run all the way around, you can open a shortcut there, which I guess is only really useful if like this room is full of hunters or something and you want to avoid them. But it's not something you would normally ever unlock in a playthrough. It's my justification for not going out there and unlocking it, in case you're wondering. Anyone in here feeling crimson-y? Jill? Is Jill aiming at us? Okay, there he comes. There comes that boy. He's real excited. Figure we weakened him before he got over here. This door, by the way, requires the helmet key, in case you're wondering why I haven't acknowledged it a single time in the playthrough. Alright, and it helps us pass by an item. There's another reason I took this route. Clear out some Crimson Heads and some inventory space at the same time. Now that's responsibility. Alright, so we can go ahead and store you. Put you right there. I'm going to pop this back in here for a sec. Reload. Chaka chaka. We're about to encounter a regular zombie is why I'm bothering bringing the Beretta. Because we're not going to get a whole lot of chances to use the regular Beretta anymore. So why not min-max your shotgun shells while you still can. Alright, is there anything else we want to grab before we head out? Here, let's get this shit sorted a little better. Get all three of those crests up there. Or two. I forgot we haven't found it. I'm being real optimistic. I haven't found the third one yet. Alright, things that'll be used before the lab. Let's put up high. Oh yeah, we've got the slider now, which means there's more shit we can examine. We don't need this X-ray, so Shadow Realm it is. Hank Hill can rest easy knowing that his colon X-ray is no longer being displayed at the museum because it's in the Shadow Realm. Okay, well, we don't need this right this second, but when we go on our lighter adventure, we will know where it is. I am going to keep this equipped in case any surprise Crimson Heads show up, though. If a Crimson Head's running towards you and all you got's the handgun, then I hope you got HP. I'm fairly certain that guy right outside that room lays there forever as long as you don't mess with him. But if you try to like burn him with kerosene, he gets real antsy with you. Jill's not aiming at anything. That's good. Our boy's still here outside the window. All right, time for our treasure trove, son. Time for a bounty of booty. If you do that in the wrong way, by the way, you destroy all those herbs. Fun fact. So if you turn the green to the green direction, it makes sense when you think about it. Alright. I wonder if these are just going to be cannon green herbs since you can destroy them. If so, then our bounty of booty is bust, son. And you don't ever want to bust in a bounty of booty. You're going to end up with all kinds of problems, son. Well, we'll definitely have plenty of healing. Sorry, I accidentally touched the microphone, thus ruining the whole recording. Well, didn't quite live up to anticipation. This was our own personal hype cave, to use Link to the Past randomizer terms. But it didn't quite work out for us, unfortunately. Them's the breaks. Speaking of the breaks, son emptied that fucking handgun. Boosh. We should have let him stand up so we'd have another chance to decapitate him, but if I walk in here and they're Crimson Heads, I'm just going to blow away with a shotgun. Crimson Head, once you have this assault shotgun, Crimson Heads are much less intimidating, unfortunately. Alright, that room is red because we need the blue gem for the tiger's other eye. That room is red because we need the musical score. Oh yeah, let's go light up that candelabra that we've been missing out on this whole time. That's where the musical score normally is, so I guess we'll see if that's canon or not. Vanilla, that's the term they use when they're doing their randomizer races and an item randomizes in its, the spot it's normally at in the game. If it's in the same room, but not the exact same chest, they call it French vanilla. Nah, man, they ain't got randomizers in Europe. They wouldn't know what you were talking about. They call it La Game Shuffle. La Game Shuffle. I'll be damned. Okay. We have to do this just right. Lord help me. Okay. Since we are going to encounter one more regular ass zombie, we might as well take out the Beretta for another spin. Get her Beretta legs going. You know we can't reload it in the menu. Reloading them during action is always cooler. Yeah, I'm going to keep this equipped. Even though I'm confident we've killed most of the Crimson Heads, I don't want to give them an excuse. I don't want to wish that a Crimson Head would come running. And tell you... Okay, for a second I was like, wait, did I bring the lighter? Just because I was talking about it so much earlier, let's go out here and unlock this doorway. There may still be an angry dog out here. Remember that we left earlier, but I've got stuff to take care of him at the moment. I've got assault shotguns. That assault shotgun, son. A hunter will attack you out here once they've appeared. And there you go. Avoid the awkwardness of the dining room. This is a little path you don't use very often. That painting reminds me of this... there was this old painting a lot of my relatives had that were like my grandmother's age, including most of her siblings. That depicted an old man. He's got like white hair and a beard, and he's at his old-timey table. He looks like he's from like the 16 or 1700s or some shit. And he's like sitting down to a bowl of stew, and he's like saying the blessing, or grace, as some people call it. And I just remember seeing it a lot. I'm going to assume there's some sort of Freemason Illuminati secret behind that painting. And just by saying those words into a YouTube video, son, I've activated somebody's MK Ultra kill phrase. For a second, I was worried that this guy we left in here had become a Crimson Head, because I don't remember his head exploding. Oh yeah, what was this? Just a green herb. Something we desperately need. Light her up. Candelabra if you got them. I forgot this item was here. I don't remember if you're allowed to grab that without lighting the candelabra, but if it had been like an important key item we've been missing, I'd have been very mad at myself. Hey, why don't you follow me out here? Get a few handgun bullets. Or just one. When you haven't used the Beretta in a while, son, she gets backed up. Nope, not a canon musical score, unfortunately. But that's another room that we've cleared out. Why is the main hall red? Because we haven't unlocked all the doors yet. I'm just gonna assume. Avi, you can't eat a first aid box. Jill. There was a green herb, just one green herb, huh? Just gonna pre-mix that shit. Well, I guess we need to head to the laboratory again. I can't think of anything else we can do here until we get the helmet key. Because remember, we checked the wooden emblem above the fireplace in the dining room, and it was just the canon wooden emblem. We don't have the blue gem for the tiger's eye. And we don't have the helmet key. So we've basically exhausted all resources. Boys, they really run you around. Hey, hold on. My backup recording. I wonder when that stopped. I'm doing a backup on a Zoom recorder that I got. And for some reason... Oh, the battery died. I guess that would explain why it turned itself off. Jesus. Okay. Well, I don't know if I have any more batteries. I guess we'll just have to hope that the Audacity recording... I was worried because here lately, the first episode of that Final Fantasy Pixel remaster I was recording had a bunch of instances of the audio getting distorted and clicky. I'm sure you all noticed it. And it was real aggravating. So I was using the Zoom recorder with a lapel mic as the backup. But the damn battery died in it. How embarrassing. It uses AAAs too. So none of my remotes or game controllers can avail me. We have to go get the damn stone and metal object. We should have grabbed the stone and metal object as we were running past it. I'm not used to having to do that because I've never done this randomizer before. So for future reference, hindsight and such. Alright, I'm just going to fast forward until we're back at the stairs. Or hell, I'll just fast forward till we get back to the lab probably. Alright, we're back to the lab again, yo. So, nonsense can continue to spew forth from me. Reinitiating nonsense protocols. Okay, so while we're here... Once again, I'm just going to keep that in my inventory to have a healing item, because why the hell not? We want you... Because there is another save room down there. Oh, we don't want you. We want you. I don't remember where you use the fuse unit exactly, so I'm just going to carry it with me. I know there are a few more naked zombies, or I believe there are, so that's why I'm carrying the Beretta. Hopefully she's full of piss and vinegar and headshot crits today. I hope we get more classic Resident Evil at some point. I hope it all isn't just first person and RE4. Going RE forward. You used the laboratory key. Well, good for me. Good for laboratory me. I'm trying. Okay, you get into that room by going through the vents. So we'll get there eventually. Okay, I was going to say I knew there were more regular zombies down here somewhere. Real hardy, this crowd. Their nakedness gives them strength. That's what makes zombie flashers so powerful and dangerous. Don't get up at the same time. No need to crowd me, y'all. I got plenty of Beretta for the two of you. That was one bullet for every article of clothing you should have been wearing right now. Okay, so this is the additional safe room. Is this the other door that the lab key opens over here? There's like this room you go through where you push shelves and there's chimeras that like chase you through the vents. And one of the MO disc readers is in there. Yeah. So I think we can go ahead and do this. I think the shotgun's more than enough for dealing with chimeras, even if they are bitching chimeras. I hear you. Ain't no one impressed with you crawling through the vents, being a nuisance. That goes for Sherry Birkin as well. She doesn't really crawl through any vents in that boy came running in RE2 remake. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, we're on the other side of this room. There's the MO disc reader. There's an additional stun gun. Buddy? You having a good time running at me? Raising my damn blood pressure? I've got enough to deal with out of this nonsense now. Now, we should be able to just walk through here from now on. So that's good. We could technically crawl through the vent and unlock that other door, although the non-red nature of it makes me think there's not actually any items in there for us to give a shit about. I'm going to just fight this guy now. Oh, this door just can't be open. Gotcha. So in the original game, you did these two rooms backwards from this, or opposite, I should say. Alright, well, what was in that other vent over here? I'm forgetting my vent dynamics. Yeah, we're like trapped in the corner. Okay, now we're not. Get the hell out of my way. Oh, that's not a vent. It's like a... it was a like a speaker or something to that effect. I was like, I'm going to crawl through this intercom and get to the principal's office. Okay, well, that's a fun little diversion. And when we come across the other MO discs, we'll be primed to run in there and hack that shit. They're like PlayStation Underground demo discs, son. Got my fingers crossed for Jammer Lammy and Bushido Blade. Alright. We want to go clear out all the chimeras in the next area and then save and then do that dangerous fuel transportation I was talking about earlier. This is the book we need for the Plant 42 fight. Bandage with blood. I don't think I've ever actually read the cover of this thing. It's in lowercase too. Very tasteful. Defense daggers. Can't get enough of them. Well, there's the musical score. We're going to end up back at the mansion at some point. Get your stone and metal objects oiled up, because here we come. Backtracking again. Backtracking again at the Spencer Mansion. Alright, let's go ahead and open this. Once again, you can't eat a first aid box. Well, look at that. I wonder why they felt the need. The only thing I could think of is they wanted a way to give you pre-mixed herbs. And this seemed like the most, like, I don't know, sensible way to do that. I honestly don't know. What were they thinking? To quote James Rolfe. Alright, let's grab our shotgun shell. We don't need this anymore. Put it back in its spot up here. Alright, I'm going to go in here and clear out these chimeras before I save. That way I ain't got to worry about them. Yeah. Chaka chaka. Yeah, because this elevator needs power restored to it. And I'm pretty sure that's what we need this little fuse thing for. Yeah. That's a big ass fuse, boy. I was trying to workshop another Saga Frontier joke off of That's a Big Ass Fuse, boy. But I failed y'all and myself. You had ample opportunity to do something about me right then, because I ran square into you. Alright, this is where we're going to be using that fuel thing, which means, what is the fuel canister replaced with? Well, look at that. Once again, Mo Disc, Mo Problems, baby. Well, he like dissolved into a puddle. It's what they do. It's their way. Two of y'all. Now, my mom didn't tell me that I could fight two chimeras. So we're all going to get in trouble. Once you start spanking, it don't matter who you are or who's younger than you are, son. Them ass cheeks are getting slapped. It's what inspired me to create my variant of the tyrant that kills people by slapping them on the ass. It's 10 fake cannons, son. Alright, nobody else is falling out of the ceiling. So, I'm hoping they're all dead. But before we put the canister on the thing, we'll make another pass. And luckily we've already killed the zombies turned crimson heads out there in the hallway. Because that would be the worst surprise when you've got to slowly walk through there and not get hit. To have a crimson head come running at you. Everyone involved is going to have a bad time. Well, and we can go ahead and process that MO disc while we're at it. We're getting a lot accomplished all of a sudden. Broke through a lot of bottlenecks when we started finding these items. I'm surprised we haven't really found any more grenade rounds. I thought the typewriter had teleported. I thought that the typewriter had started to move. There we go, boys. Beans and grapes, as they say at Stars. Yeah, everything looks good. Everything seems cool. Alright, I'm going to run in there. Run down the aisles real quick. See if I can't catch the eyes of any of them Chimera boys up in the vents. Get them preemptively shotgunned. I don't know if they spawn infinitely or what in this area. Or if there's just so many of them. But I feel like whenever I play this game or the original, every time I run through here, no matter how many of them I've shot, there are more of them coming out of the vents. Alright, it seems clear. When I get back, I'm going to hear music playing from there, see empty beer cans outside the door, and be like, are they having a Chimera block party in there? Not only do I not have the patience for that because I have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow for work. I can't be up all night listening to your music, but also can't be jostled in any way while I'm carrying the highly explosive fuel. I wonder what the actual procedure here is for transporting that fuel thing that blows up from one area to another. Oh, did these reset? Really? Okay, I'll just push them again. The chimeras, they did it just to spite me from avoiding them. They pushed those shelves back. They knew just how to hurt me, and it was through wasting my time. They knew how to hurt me, the player, in real life, and the only way to do it was to have the video game character waste their time. If I had it... Oh, I have to use the ammo disc from my inventory. I was like, but I have ammo disc. Corbin, my man, for the first time in history. I was there to that pyramid. The ultimate evil was about to consume the earth and just destroy the universe and all life in it. And Corbin Dallas looked at me, and then he looked over at the ammo disc stone, and he just didn't even bother to ask. He was like, never mind. And I was like, well, Corbin, my man, despite how rudely you just treated me, I have the ammo disc. Son. Oh, god damn it. I wish I'd have grabbed that earlier. Well, if we go all the way back to the mansion to use the musical score, then, I mean, we can take the damn blue gemstone there at the same time. What a mess. Maybe we won't need to go back to the mansion again. I don't know at what point. I can't really go trigger the meeting Wesker and seeing the tyrant until I have all the ammo discs entered. Because once I do that, it's not going to let me leave the lab again, I imagine. So that's going to be our break point. We just have to not... Because activating the elevator, once we've turned on all these switches and gotten to the point where we can turn that elevator on, that's what triggers Barry to show up and like the end game. So if we haven't found the ammo disc before then, there's only a couple more items here in the lab. We're going to have to assume that shit's back at either the Spencer Mansion or the guardhouse. And I mean, it would be very disheartening to not get the best plus ending, where we get to hang out with Barry and Chris' son and go to Fuddruckers. I'm using the tank controls because you don't auto-run with those. Speedrunners must love this part of the game. I was about to make a joke. I was like, what's the weakest enemy that could be in here and touch us and explode? And it would probably be a crow. But for some reason, the first thing my mind turned to was those little tiny dinosaurs that were in the Lost World Jurassic Park that like swarmed people. Something that wouldn't be a threat on its own. But if there's a lot of them, or you're carrying a highly explosive fuel mixture that's set off by jostling, there's no way OSHA would sign off on this. It's a good thing this is a secret, non-sanctioned laboratory. Or do you just have one poor intern fucking strap pillows to his feet and pick this thing up and just walk real slow and real calm? Fuel seems to be supplied to the power room. That's a good thing. Oh yeah, I forgot this is its own little offshoot. I believe there's an item back here. And there's also where we used the last MO disc, which is hopefully just in here. I don't believe we need any more items to beat the game. I think it's just all about if we want to get the best ending or not. These might be the infinitely respawning chimeras. Yeah. The placement of these terminals is odd, you know, as far as the end cannon reason for why they're spread out the way they are. And all of that just to secure the room where you can lock up prisoners. They're real serious about that shit here. Yes, I hear you. You're real intimidating. Alright, so now there's power to the elevator. We just don't want to activate it yet. Is there any items to grab in here? There's not. So we can just haul ass. If 3D camera allows us to. I was gonna say, oh god, they keep spawning. They keep on coming and they don't stop coming. I mean, I know it'd make sense not to live for fun. But, okay, there's the item I was missing. I was going to say, but your brain gets smart and your head gets dumb. I was praying that was the ammo disc. God damn it. How did I miss? Well, you know what that means. Time to head, what have I left in that computer room? Let's go investigate that real quick before we trudge all the way back to Spencer Mansion. So I'm imagining that musical score, that blue gem, will get us another key for the guardhouse, and then we could run all the way back to the guardhouse, do all that shit to find the last ammo disc. Hopefully it makes it more entertaining for y'all. All I've got is time to burn, so... I'm going to do a more thorough examination of this room. Walking around, pumping the search button. That's how the pros investigate. Whenever Barry is in one of these rooms and he's like, I'm going to investigate here, you go on ahead, Jill. No, I don't need to check my Gmail or any of that nonsense. Yeah, no shit, it's incorrect. Is there any way to cancel out of this? Oh, the escape button, of course. Oh, we all know why. I said it to myself earlier when I'm like, why is this room still red? Gosh, Mick, there could be a Mo disc in there. Nope. It's a single green herb. Your ass is going to need it once that fucking rock falls on your head. In Kingdom Hearts, of course. Whew. Sip of water for the man. I was steering Jill with my right thumb on the left analog stick while I was drinking that sip of water. In case you're wondering why I was running particularly he-honked down that hallway. That room, once again, is still red, but as before, I believe it to be because we haven't technically solved the puzzle of it. But I am going to go in there and give it another cursory looking at, because if I go do all this other shit and then it's like, oh, the ammo disc was in there the whole time, stupid. I'm not going to have much of a retort. I really should have refreshed my memory. Okay, it was that map. Good. I'm just glad it was cleared off. I should have refreshed my memory of where all the items are. One of the things that makes RE2 Randomizer, RE2 Remaster Randomizer so much simpler is that like the items are tagged as you walk past them, even if you don't pick them up. They show up on the map. Makes it more conducive for a randomizer environment, you see. Okay, we're going to have to begin the arduous trek back upstairs. Yeah, I have enough ink ribbons. I don't want to redo the area we just went through with all the chimeras, so let's keep saving. Alright, just to preserve your kids' sanity, I'm just gonna cut to being back at the Spencer Mansion. I'm not even gonna like fast forward it. in silence. I'm just going to cut y'all there. Look at that. Climbing up that ladder in the lab somehow warped us directly to the Spencer Mansion hallway. Aren't we lucky? I'm going to guess that the gold emblem that the musical notes unlock is going to be canon, just like this wooden one is. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this wooden one preemptively. The hunters are going to be so mad that we were able to pregame all this shit. It's like in RE2 Randomizer when you get a lot of access to the RPD, and so you're able to go around and unlock a bunch of shit and get a bunch of items way before you trigger Mr. X to be chasing you around. So when you get to the actual Mr. X segment, you just run straight ahead. And he's like, that's not fair. I was supposed to waffle stop around and make you real nervous. Oh, jeez. It's a bad day for old Mr. X. It's a bad day for tyrants everywhere. Alright, what good things were you hiding for us, Toru-chan? Oh boy. The best item in the game. Alright, music notes, don't let me down. Be any of that disc for me. If I play this piano and slap that gold, get that gold emblem, slap it in that fireplace, solve the two guys stabbing each other with swords clock puzzle. And it's a key. Oh, I went and played it the wrong way. And it's a key to to the guardhouse. Good times for y'all because it means more content. But sad times for your Uncle Tenfei because it means he has to keep playing a video game. Fate worse than death. Alright. Finally, the Moonlight Sonata can be played. What if Rebecca was in here and had finally learned how to play that damn song? Jill would be like, there's only room for one chemical mixing piano player around here. I bet you can't even pick a lock. I'm the master of that shit. Oh, it's that's right, the other piece of it is in the item box. I planned everything so perfectly, except that one moment. Hold on, I'm going to do another teleport to the item box and back. Didn't I? Wait, I'm confused. Did I not pick up the first half of the music score? Okay. I must have confused something. I thought I had part of the music score. I guess I never found the first part of it. That means the only thing I can think of is we need to go check the tunnel under there to see if this cylinder is enough to do that puzzle to unlock the elevator. Because otherwise I'm kind of at a loss. Let's see. Control room key doesn't open anything. There's the red book doesn't do anything for us. I didn't banish it to the shadow realm, did I? Wooden mount, broken shotgun. No, I didn't. Okay. Well, let's teleport to the courtyard and see if I'm correct about that. Okay. So you're supposed to turn this until it lines up. Which means it's got to go all the way around, apparently. Because it won't let you choose a direction. They're trying to teach you patience. And that it's a virtue. Look at that. Perfect. Slap that bad boy in there. And we can head on down the elevator. Oh, I should have read the damn number. Hold on. It doesn't matter because it started with a 4. Oh, you don't actually have to line that up. I think that's just to solve the puzzle, which is 4, 2, 3, 1. Okay. I'm learning Resident Evil. Four, 2, 3, 1. Why have you got to solve that puzzle? I mean, are we turning fuses back on in a certain manner? Like, but once again, the kayfabe, the credibility of this setting is just plummeting.
Jill!
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
You too, Jill. A noise I heard brought me down here, but I didn't expect to find a place like this. Have any idea as to what might be at the bottom?
There's only one way to find out.
What the hell is that sound? It could be a person. Jill, go check it out. We had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
Secure our escape route, the man said to my face. I forgot about this little Barry segment, which we're doing completely out of order. The finale of the whole Suspicious Barry arc is supposed to be like the Lisa Trevor fight. That's when you make your decision that determines which ending you're going to get. So we'll just have to play along. Is there anything we want to check here before we go to Lisa Trevor nonsense, as it's known? You're standing there real fucking poised.
I'll stay and secure our escape route.
You do that, Barry. God bless your heart. Alright, this room is the aggravating one that we need the broken flamethrower for. Lisa Trevor can just kind of appear in here and it's real unpleasant. So we just have to hope that doesn't happen. So here's where we've got to put that broken flamethrower that we have yet to obtain. What could these herbs hold for us? A dagger, you say? How about the red herb? Well, there's the slide filter to help us solve that damn 4-digit code number in the lab. In the room where we looked at Albert Wesker's vacation slides. Okay, so this is the actual way you want to go. We got a lot of self-defense items, don't we? We'll just have to hope that Albert Wesker and the Tyrant both grab us like they're goons in a movie. And then Jill can just start slatting electric daggers. Combining the stun gun and the safety dagger. Look at all this good shit up here for me. Well, that's the fucking helmet key that you normally get by beating Plant 42. So with that, we can open every room in the mansion. We're going to just avoid Plant 42 somehow. I'll take some Magnum bullets, sir. An additional stun gun for me. Well, ain't I just been the goodest, bestest stars girl today? Son. But anyway. Which I realize now I've had the control room key for a while now. And I just need to go down that secret ladder I revealed in that room where Barry was talking to himself, quote unquote. But for some reason, I've avoided it this whole time. They make you stand here that whole time. It must have been real unpleasant working down here, even before virus nonsense started taking place. Alright, I believe Lisa Trevor might be lurking in the catacombs here now. So we've got to make loops around her. Even though I canonically saw her pick up her mother's skull and fall off a cliff. Lisa Trevor, are you around this corner? You had to tell me. Alright, this is the lever you pull to make the hooks come out. You're on like a timer to place a broke flamethrower on some hooks. It's ridiculous what we're expected to believe happens in this game. Let's report back to Barry, our good friend, whom we trust with all our heart. Oh, he's still standing here. I mean, why wouldn't he be? He's our good friend. We just said it. Let's eat this. Store this. We need to just start carrying the Magnum around with us so we can be big dick Magnum swingers. So it's a very honorable position to obtain when playing Resident Evil. First aid spray. Yeah, that ought to hold us for just a little bit. Boosh. I feel swole. This combined with my big Cali Briggs shoulder pads and my smart beret, son, fills me with Star's power. I wish the Nemesis would show up right now, son. Alright, we've got to push this in the compactor or the crusher. Son, Dr. Crusher's down there. Never buttons up her lab jacket, son. So unprofessional. Remember that time that other guy was in charge of the Enterprise while Picard was off being horribly tortured based on the number of lights he claimed to see? And Troy sat there in her like little one-piece unitard that she loves to wear, and he's like, I didn't realize that uniform regulation had gone to complete fucking shit. And from that point on, she was like, fine, I'll put on a fucking pantsuit. God damn. God damn. I'll be glad when I can get out of here and go be Demona in Gargoyles. You didn't know Demona was Counselor Troy, did you? Son. There's a few connections between David Xanatos and William Riker that you might find quite shocking as well. Okay, so we've got a cannon. Broken flamethrower. Yeah, you just keep securing our escape. I've got a revolver too. You're not special. Look, we'll pose for the cover of the Blu-ray. I can't stand as nonchalantly as he does. Okay. If Lisa Trevor's in here, I'm either going to run away from her or panic shoot at her and waste a bullet. Either outcome is terrible. Just terrible. This is intentionally designed to fuck with you based on stationary camera angles. Alright, we're going to flip this switch and nothing bad's going to happen. Okay, we've got a limited time only. Just like trying to get a McRib. We've got a limited amount of time to get over to that damn thing. So based on the way Jill's facing and magnetic north, the Aurora Borealis. Okay, open the menu, use this. Boosh. We did it. Barry's gonna be so proud. If we ever lay eyes on him again. Well, isn't this place real pleasant to be in? Huge collection of dolls, various dolls, was how Jill decided to narrate it to us. I think Jill and Chris should have like different little descriptions, like unique to them. I hope there's no like leeches or snakes in the water. Snakes in the water. Oh shit. Oh shit. There's fucking snakes in the water. It's a powerful song. An additional first aid spray. Well, if mortal wounds ever beset upon me, I will be spraying them left and right, son. I'm spraying mortal wounds with both hands, baby. Okay, I believe this is all one big room connected by a ladder. That's my theory for how the universe began. A cannon herb. What about the blue herb? Additional bottle. Well, if I need to mix V-Jolt, I think I finally have enough bottles to do it. Okay, yeah, we're good. Jill looks real smart running around with this big old revolver. It's the juxtaposition of it. Like, it looks normal in Barry's hand, but Jill holding a big fuck-off revolver, son, like, it draws your eye to it more. It's like negative space. I believe we're going to be in Lisa Trevor's fun shed again, yeah. Good, there's an item box in Lisa Trevor's fun shed. That's what makes it so enjoyable to go inside. Alright, well, we've got fucking options now, boys. We're going to continue to try to be no Plant 42. Just because I don't feel like mixing V-Jolt. And so, I don't know why I put that particular green herb right there. I got a lot of herbs, son. You'd had to be some kind of lunatic to use up all your healing items in a Resident Evil and then save right before the final boss. So, you'd either be as insane or a genius. I knew one man capable of it, boys. But he's too powerful to speak of directly. If you've watched my TMVA, I did, of Jill arranged mode of original Resident Evil Director's Cut, you'll know. You'll know the truth. The 10 phase historians are well aware of it. That zombie's still going to be standing there. Look at him trying to act nonchalant. Trying to play it fucking cool. I'm so tempted to just blow him the fuck away with this revolver. But I'm going to leave him be. It's the crueler fate. And that's why I chose it. Alright, we're going to have to go through what used to be Bird Alley. But there's going to be zombies there now. We are still missing one of the crests for out here, I believe. God, I hope the ammo disc ain't buried under that. It's still birds. I wonder if it has something to do with the state of Plant 42. I'm telling you, Plant 42 is the agonim of Resident Evil Remake. Because I think even though we've got the helmet key, we're going back to the mansion. I don't think the hunters will trigger because we haven't done Plant 42. That's what the fucking deep think computer from that book people won't shut up about was going on about when he said 42 was the meaning of everything. He knew Plant 42 and its effect it was going to have on video games. Ooh, sorry, I was hydrating. If that ammo disc is in here, I'm just going to leave the crest there until we know we don't have to go back to the guardhouse. We don't gotta mix no V-Jolt. We don't need no V-Joltcation. Hey, Barry, leave that big ass plan alone. Okay, helmet doors. There's one in the main hall. There's one over here upstairs. So yeah, we've got lots of choice. Did you hear that spooky rumbling thunder? Luckily, it was just in the video game. In real life, it's a bright and unnecessarily hot, sunny day, but I've got the curtains drawn. Oh no, the ambience. Let's go ahead and check out here. Because there's several items in this little room off of the main hall. And we're just keeping our fingers crossed for an MO disc. We've got the Larry disc and the Curly disc, but we need that Mo disc to pull it together. How often was it just Curly and Larry doing stuff? I feel like they would be more amicable towards each other. I feel like Mo was the one that brought such negative vibes. But I'm not like... I didn't watch a lot of Three Stooges, so I might just be completely... It's like very entry level. Pled Stooge knowledge. All of you Stooge fanatics there watching are just cringing so hard. You dropped your fucking dab pen. And your soy macchiato, son. That's how shocked you were. My lack of insight for 3 stages. Who's in here? Needs bullets put in them. Ha! I thought for sure there was a man standing here. And that the auto-aim would reveal him and his ill intentions. Ooh, the star crest. If we don't find anything in here, we'll go out there and pop them in that grave and see what rests in the Magnum's normal resting spot. As they say. Could this be a telescope? It probably is pretty old, Jill. Maybe you shouldn't be touched. So next time we're going to leave you in the car. Oh, there was a note here. What didn't we learn about the umbrella employee condition? Freeze, punk! You didn't see me reaching under the bar for my big fuck off wheel gun. If there's a zombie in here, I'm going to shoot him with this Magnum. I've made the decision. Henry, you're just going to have to deal with it. Boys. Oh, Lord. Help me. It's so satisfying, Henry. Can't you appreciate it? Okay. Look at all the good shit that we get rewarded with. A blue herb. I'll pick you up last. You're the Benn again of the items in this room. Oh no, we can't get away from him. The other piece of the sheet music. We could finally play a tune. A jaunty tune. Alright, let's confirm that these are both just blue herbs so that we can ignore them. Yeah. Well, we got to go to an item box anyway, depending on what our current trajectory is. So what's the nearest one? Back that way, go around. Unlock a door. My God, it's too much. It's too much accountability in Resident Evil inventory management. Alright. It's all cool. Everybody just relax. This is a by the books helmet key clearing of the Spencer estate. Are there any helmet doors? There's the one way back where we got the armor key. That leads to the yawn boss fight. I'd rather avoid doing that if I can. So let's... Well then, when you open the door over here, what does it lead to? I can't remember. But there's a item box on the way, so... I wish our Crimson Head would be in this hallway, boys. Now that I'm sick shot Valentine. I don't hear anybody. A beat shuffling over here. I don't hear any Flintstones cartoon sound effects. You got tired of being in that room and us ignoring you, huh, buddy? Is that man gonna get up? Let's see. He did. You've got to die. You've got to die. I'm not even close, baby. I wasn't worried at all. I know you kids at homework. I can hear you yawning. Okay. Hey. Bye. Okay. 2 shots. More than enough to kill 2 zombies that move. That man's going to be a Crimson Head. That man's going to be Crimson Dead. Boosh! Okay, we've got a lot of satisfying Magnum shots out of our system. So, we could probably go back to being responsible shotgun users. But it was so satisfying. The pure indulgence of it was overwhelming. Alright. You and you can be good friends. Let's slap some candy in our revolver. It's like loading a Pez dispenser. Okay. Who are we going after next? We're going to go check that room upstairs before we do anything. So, yeah. I like to think that note from Barry updated. He's like, I'm hearing a lot of Magnum shots. Just saying. Make sure you have enough for the tyrant, don't you know? You have used the helmet key. I certainly have. I'd do it again too, given the chance. Alright, this is that push the statue room where they try to crush you with the walls. How do you show this room off normally? I mean, it's got like art in it, so I assume Lord Spencer wanted people to see these paintings. Maybe he just thought people would walk in here with such confidence. They're like, surely Lord Spencer's fancy art room won't completely crush me to death. I need not push a marble statue. Hidden buttons back here. I will. I'm like Dee Dee in Dexter's Laboratory, son. You put a button in front of Jill Valentine, she's got to push it. In Wesker's laboratory, son. Okay, what's in here? There's a hole we could fall down. And more self-defense daggers. Alright, this is going to lead us down to the basement, I believe. Don't tell Danny. Okay, here's George Trevor's diary. Or the additional residence key. So, that means we can get into Plant 42's boss room, right? We got the red book. Whew, just give me the damn MO disc. Alright, here's George Trevor's diary. George Trevor was the architect that built this damn mansion. And then, spoilers, they just killed him anyway. They also kidnapped his wife and daughter and did viral experiments on them. And his daughter, Lisa Trevor, like, mutated more than anyone else and became that gangly monster. It's a sad story if I hadn't have told it in such a passive manner. I'm real tempted to just put one in this big old fucking spider. But he might be eating real big bugs in the area, so we might want to leave him as part of the ecosystem. Don't worry, spider friend. I bear you no ill intentions, spider bro. Continue spinning your web. Your majestic tapestries have enlightened the environment. One handgun magazine. Boys, I don't know if I need to care enough about that to grab a hold of it. I'm a big fuck off Magnum gal these days. I can't be seen with no 9mm. It's embarrassing. They just let me walk past them. I knew we were good friends. Deep down. Their AI is so confused right now about what the hell's going on. Real slow, sloshy steps. Someone's getting aimed at. It's this boy coming down the hall. Okay. Shotgun boys, we'll call them. We're never coming back down here, so I ain't got to worry about whether or not their heads blow off. But it is very satisfying when it happens, none the same. A red herb. Gotcha. Is this one going to be a blue herb? It's also a red herb, I believe. Unless I was interacting with the same one twice. I don't believe I was. No, okay. We definitely ain't got to have those right this second. Well, I thought I found enough handgun magazines in the early game, but apparently like half of them spawned here. Alright. That's good, because I'm standing ankle deep in water. Trying to stick a fork in a light socket. Small objects. The seal of Raccoon City on a broken dish. And this is just a Canon handgun magazine. Okay, this takes us back to the kitchen. We had some adventures in the kitchen way back in episode 1. Cool. Just as I remember it. Disgusting. Alright, we're going to head to the serum room. That'll give us a chance to get the music and the emblem, but we also can go ahead and unlock the helmet key door that's upstairs. If a zombie breaks this door down, this like becomes one big continuous room. But if he doesn't, you've still got to go through the stand loading screen. Something about that's off. We left some boys gestating in here, so they might be rather crimson in the head. So we're going to walk real careful. Yeah, Jill's noticing somebody, but if they're laying there waiting for me to get near them to stand up, then we ain't got to worry about them. Nothing. Okay. Hello? Any crimson heads? We just want to borrow some brown sugar. We could actually use up the last use of the key if we went out there, but there is a crimson head that hangs out in that hallway, and he's real scary. Unless you've got a big fuck off Magnum. I wish once again that a crimson head would. I'm going to hold left, and the first thing I snap to is get his head blown off. Oh no, that's the wrong thing! Ha ha! I weren't worried. Why do you kids worry when I walk in a room with a revolver that something bad's going to happen? Okay, you sound like you got everything under control down this end all the way. I just thought maybe we had killed that guy and he was a crimson head, but I remember now that he only fell down. Johnny Cage. It was the only zombie Johnny Cage respected because he knew when to fall down. Actually, he didn't. I had to put like 8 or 9 fucking bullets in that man to make him fall down. I remember being quite upset about it. Alright, I've come running down the halls. Okay, we're not going to fight the yawn. I just want to know that we don't have to carry this key around anymore. Yes. Yeah, if I had brought either of my types of ammo with me, I probably would have enough confidence to fight the yawn. It's like when somebody yawns in the room. You can't fight it. You got the yawn too. Neat. We're getting a lot complete. I want the ammo disc to be the item behind Plant 42. We would have basically done everything in the game at that point. We wouldn't have gotten by cheekily and sneakily in any manner. This room is like, why do you want to hang out in a room where an eagle statue follows your movements very loudly? Alright, that's an X-ray. We don't need. The self-defense gun. I will take it. It's like a little Derringer. It's real powerful. We're going to shoot the tyrant with it. That'll teach you. Alright, push these around. Just right. Turn the lights off. Make it double spooky. I like to think this music also is playing diegetically in the room. So it's even creepier from that point of view. So this is where you would normally get the yellow eye. You got a green herb. They said it like it was something I cared about. That was the most insulting aspect of it. Oh, if that bird manages to be looking at you, you can't take the gems out. It's one of them eye gem birds. I'm going to grab this just so that the room is clear on the map. And it is. Good for me. You can't take the bird's gem. He's too powerful. He's always looking at himself introspectively, which locks his gem in place. This is all important, Canon. I hope you're writing this down. Alright, the item room. Just gonna let that man be. When the mansion blows up, it'll take care of him. Alright, what are we storing? What are we taking? Store my little Derringer. He's just a little feller of a gun, son. Son of a gun, son. Alright, so we're going to be doing this stuff. You can go. I almost remembered for once the order to do that in. I don't need to carry a damn first aid spray around, Grandma. Just put it up here. Who gives a shit? Okay, you just down here. It's not even the Shadow Realm. It's just somewhere nobody wants to go. It's the unpleasant realm. Alright, we're going to pop that shit in there. I feel like reloading my revolver. Boosh. Good times. Good times, revolver. It's my own spin-off of Red Dead Revolver. Not quite as well received as Red Dead Redemption, I imagine. Are we fighting anything in particular right now that we need to be carrying these damn shotgun shells around? I don't think so. I don't think so. We're gonna go have piano times. I was making sure I had all of my prerequisite piano times needing items. Got Barry to sign my permission slip beforehand so that I don't have to sit in the guidance counselor's office all day. Because I don't get to go on the piano fun time strip. Such ominous music in this place. If they just like changed out the lighting and piped some more relaxing music, it probably wouldn't be too bad, even with the zombies. Okay. An expensive looking piano. She looks so nonplussed. Alright, what you got for me? More George Trevor. Whenever there's a secret room, you're going to find one of his diaries. Because, I mean, he would know where they all are. He built the damn place. Alright, now that we got the good gold emblem. We threw our wooden emblem in the Great Fairy Fountain and then admitted that it was ours. And so we got the gold one. Wesker Dwarf will never know I hit him. When you think about it, Chris, Jill, and Barry kind of represent the three like goddesses of Hyrule, because Jill's blue, like the Triforce of Wisdom usually is depicted, or Nehru, and Barry's red, like Din and Power, and Chris is green, like Farash and Courage, and Link himself. Yes, we want to turn the large gear to the left. You want it to be like 6 o'clock. Oh, I think I accidentally pressed the wrong thing and made everything worse. Okay. Large lever left one more time. Okay, there we go. That's what we needed. Use that painting over there where the man with the long-ass rapier has shoved it through the head. But the other guy got him good with his fucking pen knife or whatever, his oyster opener. All of that for a blue herb. Talk about good use of time. Okay. Let's fight the yawn. Oh no, lightning flash when I said let's fight the yawn. Zeus Chan agrees. And, just hope, you know, the ammo disc is over there somewhere. Wesker's sitting there in the tyrant room just waiting. He's like, why the hell does Jill keep leading in the lab? I don't understand. He doesn't even enter his mind that she's trying to make sure she can save Chris, because Wesker's such an asshole and doesn't believe in the power of friendship at all. even though he was secret tsundere best friends with William Birkin, according to Resident Evil 0. Okay, what do we want to fight the yawn with? I would honestly take the handgun if I hadn't shunned all 9mm bullets up to this point. We don't need any key items in that area. So, I mean, we could just put fucking Magnum bullets in him, son, and had the best fucking time doing it. But it's not really responsible. We'll put these 6 in him at the very least. But other than that, we're going to use responsible, fundamental assault shotgunning by the book. If the Chief of 10 Phase watching, son, he's written down every time I fired that Magnum. And in the 2.5 hour meeting I'm going to have with him on Monday at the office after he sees this run go up, I'm going to have to individually justify each and every one of them. You got to sign a lot of paperwork and file a lot of reports when you start using the good shit in a video game and it's not against the final boss. I'm still on probation for that time I just used a Mega Elixir because I just needed MP on like one character. The Chief wouldn't even look me in the eye the next day. There's items here. They're green herbs. Neat. Okay, so you're just canning green herbs. I like it. I like that commitment to being what you are. I ran backwards. I was so impressed by those green herbs that the camera angles overflowing me. Big snake incoming. Big snake ahead. Try dashing through. You can put a few shots in them preemptively. Oh my god, get down the ladder. Even snakes know that you're invincible on a ladder, son. Even they have to respect that. I thought for sure she'd have aimed at that fucking thing, but she didn't. Hey, idiot! I'll shoot you right in the tip of your fucking tail. If this was Monster Musume, he'd already came. Joke's on you, idiot. I'll just reload off string. Oh no, you're real big and angry. The Magnum. Barry Burton's ghost give me strength. They intentionally use obfuscated camera angles here. Boys, he ain't pleased. I unloaded half my fucking wheel gun, son. Boosh! I want to finish him with it, so let's garnish him lightly with some more shotgun shells. No! I thought it might be the one that killed him. He secretly wins since we killed him with a shotgun. Joke's on you, that just means I saved 2 Magnum bullets. Hell yeah. What did you drop? I call dibs on the any SOJs or Wind Furies. Shotgun shells are a good thing to have. Nobody scoffs at them, but still. It's no MO disc, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You're not allowed to open this door, I don't believe. The knob's broken. I have guns and shit. I have what they call an LAPD lockpick, son. You saw Barry when you were trapped in the shotgun crusher room. Shotgun crusher. That's what they call Wesley Crusher. You know, Friday nights down there at 10 Ford. She's having that replicator crank out fucking Miller High Life by the 6-pack, son. And she's just crushing that shit. Trying to talk Worf into playing Edward 40 hands. I'm telling you. Alright, well, what is our game plan now? Have we thoroughly exhausted the Spencer Mansion? Yeah, I believe so. We're just going to have to go to the damn guardhouse. Down at the guardhouse. God, it's gotten so bad I'm doing roundhouse references against my own best interest. Okay, I'm just going to teleport you all there. So I'll see y'all at the guardhouse. It'll be like, I'm like Robo replanting the forest in Chrono Trigger in 600 AD. For y'all, it's going to be a brief moment, but for me, it's going to be like 3 or 4 minutes of running. Whew. Talk about taking on a burden for y'all's enjoyment. But talk about how I suffer for my art. Alright, you'll notice we're back in the cemetery. I figure since we're running back to the guardhouse, we might as well make a little detour through here to put these damn crests in this grave. Because when we come back through post-Plant 42, there should be zombies out here, which are not as easy to just walk past. We've already examined them, so their little protrusions should be sticking out. So we should be able to just slap them in here. If it's the MO disc, son, we could just haul ass back to the lab. A self-defense dagger. We did need just a handful. So, how many do we? We got 9 of those and 8 of these. It's ridiculous. We might as well have the stun gun equipped if we get grabbed. That's the better one. Or at least it's the more satisfying one. We've been good friends with these birds this whole time. Oh no, I was using the thumbstick like an idiot instead of the D-pad. My analog luxuries have spoiled my good friendship with the crows. Okay, so this time I am going to jump skip y'all to the guardhouse. And we can continue from there. Our antics and misadventures and the good times. Alright, you may have noticed we're not in the guardhouse, and also that this is back in our inventory even though we've already used it previously. Well, it turns out I'd created a weird soft lock scenario where I couldn't get back to the guardhouse. Both of the courtyard lifts were descended and it wouldn't let me call them back up. Like, even the one, I even did the square crank puzzle again and got around to that side. And when I ran all the way back to where Barry is guarding the elevator, he's supposed to, like, take off in the elevator and ditch you down there with Lisa Trevor. And that's why when Jill sees him, you know, during the Lisa Trevor fight in that catacomb, she's so distrustful of him. So I didn't want to just beat the game without saving Chris, because we got to get, obviously the MO disc is somewhere in that guardhouse because we didn't find it anywhere else. So this undid a bunch of stuff, like fighting the yawn and finding the helmet key, but we didn't really find any. There was one residence key in there, but I think we need to head to the control room for now and see if we can't. If we just find that damn MO disc, we could beat the damn game. Alright, we're finally back to this room where everything went wrong. All I needed to do was go down this damn ladder, and I'm sure most of our problems would have been solved. It's a good thing we returned by reloading a save. It's a good thing we were staggering our saves. See, kids, this is why you always keep staggered save slots, even if you're not recording a internet playthrough for the kids to enjoy. Real sorrowful music down here in the Aqua Ring. Kind of reminds me of Meridia from Super Metroid. Parts of it have that real sorrowful tune. For some reason, when you're designing Aquatic level music, it's got to be real sorrowful. Unless it's Earthworm Jim. But then you're just a nervous wreck because you're trying to guide those damn glass bubble spheres without running out of oxygen. Speedrunners don't even stop at the little oxygen refill stations either. They're madmen. At least you don't have to push the boxes as far in this version. In the original, you've got to push one like all the way down there so that you can like push it away from the wall. It's ridiculous. Shinji Ikari knew. That's why he refused to get in that robot until they changed it in the remake. That final Evangelion Rebuild movie, I guess, exists now. It hasn't become available on any of the places that I view animes, but I'm going to have to give it a look and see how it concludes things. I saw people talking about it in the Tenfei Discord. Of course, Mega 64 has already given us the definitive Evangelion experience. Sharks. We got sharks here. Just keep moving. They won't get you. Sharks can't get you if you keep moving. Everybody knows. It's the first rule of Shark Club. Second rule of Shark Club, if you can get your teeth around somebody's ass cheeks, you do it. I don't know how I didn't get bit. It's real discouraging to get to that door, by the way, not have that key. Because then you got to trudge your way back. Alright, we get to solve oil pressure. Fun times. Honestly, we don't need to be walking around. You do move faster, I believe, unarmed or with the knife equipped. Alright, let's see which one of these is the good one. Open valve 3. So we need to remember that when we're doing this. When we're panicking. And trying to seal this shit. Drain it. He gets mad. He's like, ain't trying to drain my water, are you? Bitch. You know I breathed that. The third rule of Shark Club is to just be rude to people. I mean, even if they're just trying to do their job and drain the water. Okay. We got to do this in just the right order. You got to press buttons, jiggle, toggles, and switches and levers. Alright, now it's going to be like, oh no, oil pressure. Oil pressure! And we've got to go over there and open valve 3. Oh no, but valve can't count to 3. We're ruined. There's no time for randomized item. Even the game knew. Alright. That makes it good again. That shark's in there. He's getting worried now. He's so confident he was going to break through that glass. Alright, this time it should actually seal. Talk about a bad time for an OSHA oversight like this. Look at that pile of CB radios underneath that desk near that chair. Somebody likes talking to the truckers. Somebody wishes that we were on a big old convoy rocking through the night. Alright, water's drained. Good for us. Jill Valentine doing what a team of Umbrella researchers wish they could do. Be confident. And be competent. For 2 fucking seconds. You can't use a box, but you can open it. Oh boy. 2 green herbs, just what I needed. They'll go well with my 3 green herbs. Or is this also 2 green herbs? It is, okay. They looked equally dank. Alright, there's going to be some sharks out here getting up to shark nonsense, but we've humbled them with an oxygen, nitrogen gas environment. Their gills never knew what hit them. Additional empty bottles. Hopefully I'm not going to have the mixed V-jolt. I'm fingers crossed this big shark's guarding what will be the MO disc. I would be so vindicated. Why'd you have to go and get so damn vindicated? Okay, this fucking thing is too big to deal with. So we're going to shock him to death. First we have to try to grab this key so we can get mad. He's like Fanta. So mad when we try to grab the keys. Get shocked, shit lord. It's toasted. Speedrunners avoid this step, and like they have like a perfect movement where you get it every. Oh, thank God you had a soggy ammo disc. We ain't got to fight Plant 42. We ain't got the mixed feed jolt. Which means we're never going to trigger the hunters at the mansion. We've had enough fun adventures in the mansion. All those Crimson Heads we blatted earlier are part of a different timeline now, though, because we returned by loading. So, there you go. I'm just saying, we've got a bunch of ammo. We got more than enough ammo to beat the damn tyrant. Let's put this thing to bed. Talk about dragging out a playthrough. Hell yeah, I'll take your cannon Magnum bullets. Your cannon bullets for my hand cannon. Real soggy, this place. Cool. Hopefully nothing messes up with Barry and Wesker at the end due to the weird order we're doing things. Because, yeah, that thing where Barry just never took off in that underground cavern elevator. I guess because Lisa Trevor didn't spawn in the tunnel like she's supposed to when you have the broken flamethrower. I guess winning her boss fight actually removed her from the game. Like, it made sense, but because it was sequence broken, I just assumed it didn't matter. Me, Chris, and Barry will just laugh about it. We also don't get to see the cutscene right here where Wesker's like shooting bees. And he's like, "Oh, Jill, I didn't see you. I have cool sunglasses on. Have you noticed Barry's being super sus? I believe I saw him pop out of a floor vent. I was trying to swipe this credit card, but the damn thing kept telling me to do it at different speeds. And my blood pressure skyrocketed, Jill. Ouroboros." Okay, we ain't even got to stop at the safe room. We could just run straight there. I'll see you all back at the damn lab. How about that? That'll be a jump and a half. Even Robo didn't have to toil for that long. I'm telling you. And look at that. Like no time has passed us all. We're back at the lab. Cool. So what order do we want to do this in? Get back to being proper Magnum. Remember that we want to shoot the tyrant. Oh, we don't have the little self-defense gun in this timeline anymore, so we don't get to shoot the tyrant with it. How sad. Honestly, that should be more than enough Magnum bullets to finish the game. But I'll keep some stuff for later, just for you kids. This is, I'm pretty sure that's like the thing you need to get the final elevator going, like when you're leaving, to make sure you have an empty slot for the rocket launcher. So we might as well just have it in our inventory. Okay, any Crimson Heads we meet, which we shouldn't really encounter any more enemies at all until the two tyrant fights. So we'll just go ahead and do another save. We have 2 saves, number 12. Alright. The final card punch thing was in the steamy Chimera hallway. I get the impression that Chimeras infinitely spawn in that area. But if we do happen across one, I can just blat him with this Magnum. Quite satisfyingly, might I add. So, it's really a win-win. God, the music here makes me think of Silent Hill more than Resident Evil. It's just so unpleasant. I guess because they're going for that like industrial, clinical lab sound. Plus you've got like big great fencings with fans behind them with lights spilling in. It feels like the Otherworld school or hospital. Imagine if they remade the first Silent Hill in the vein that this is a remake of the first Resident Evil. Boys, it'd probably be right spooky. Konami, if you're listening, I mean, I'll only half pretend to take credit for it if you make that. I wonder why it's set up like this to open the area where prisoners are kept. That you've got to like go climb around the ass end of this lab and use 3 key or discs. Insert disc. It actually was hoping I would insert a PlayStation Underground demo disc. A little Chop Master Onion. A little the very first part of the Great Wall of China stage from Tomb Raider 2. Maybe an Armored Core multiplayer match. Jet Moto if you have to have it, I guess. Alright, we're finally ready to finish it. We could go talk to Chris first and get a cutscene and then rescue him, because we still can't open like the door to his room, not until the building's blowing up, which is still so confusing to me how the lock system in this lab works, but what do I know? I'm not an Umbrella researcher. This should summon Barry.
Jill!
Barry,
You could have at least waited up for me, you know?
let's go.
Boys, what an awkward elevator ride. Also, wait up for you, Barry. I was doing all the fucking work, solving all the puzzles. My God. Alright, Barry, here's the plan. We're going to walk around that corner as good friends, and no matter what we come across, we're going to stay good friends. Sign, cross Magnums. To let them know we're serious. X Magnum Strike. If we were characters in Chrono Trigger, that would be our dual tech. And then Wesker's like, I could join in for the 3D for the 3-person triple tech, but you have to equip a special item. I'm like Megas, the best Chrono Trigger character. And if you try to like talk about Ayla, he just plugs his fingers in his ears and starts going, la la la, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Chris, so nothing you say is true. As he runs out of the star's office, God bless his heart.
Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and 2 lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl, but I think you misunderstand me. The things you mentioned are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry,
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
you and Umbrella took his family, you bastard. Oh!
Umbrella? Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell. It's magnificent.
For the sake of this thing.
You know, I hate goodbyes.
Barry!
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again. Shit! Damn it!
Jill and Barry, together. In hell.
You want a piece of me? Premature.
No, Barry! You viral cultured freak!
Boys, he took offense to that. Yeah, you just get you some winks there, Barry. You're real tuckered out. I got this motherfucker. Me and my wheel gun. I ain't scared, Barry. Give me strength. I knew if I believed in Barry in the heart of the Magnum, son, there was nothing to worry about the whole time. Get up, champ.
Barry! Barry! You're okay.
Jill, sorry. That was careless of me. Wesker.
He's gone.
First, let's just get out of here.
Let's. I've got to push some buttons on a computer box, though. Where's the computer box? No, not the experimental data. Release the emergency lock. They intentionally put a little gated fence there just to fuck with you. Although you can boot scoot through the middle if you know all the advanced techniques for how to run around the tyrant room in Resident Evil Remake.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and
Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
self-destruct system has been activated. Personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all
Alright, now that Barry teleported away again, let's grab Chris. Get the hell out of here.
self-destruct
Rebecca, who?
activated.
I don't believe I know of anybody amongst the stars. As long as me, Chris, and Barry get out of here, everything's a-okay. You can't catch me, son. I'm fast as shit, boy. Believing in Chris, Senpai gave me the burst of speed I needed to outrun those fucking things. Alright, we can pull all these levers down now. They really, I mean, all that's behind here is a cell where you could, like, put one or two people. But they don't fuck around with this one door, man. You got to solve all kinds of puzzles to get in here. It's where Wesker keeps his lunch. He's so paranoid. Ever since that one time somebody took the Capri Sun out of his Lunchables, never again, he vowed. It would never happen again.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate. Deactivating and releasing.
Jill,
Chris, you're okay.
glad to see you are too. Anything on Wesker?
We'll talk later. First, let's get going.
Has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all logs.
Like I was the first time we've seen Chris since the opening, and immediately he wanted to know about gossip with Wesker. He's like, you got any fat skinny on Wesker, son? What kind of pants did he wear at the company picnic? Were they white past Labor Day? Also, I noticed he still has his Beretta, so I guess Wesker didn't think to take that from him when he locked him up. Once again, to invoke Chrono Trigger. It's how they lock Chrono up with all of his swords and shit. And he just busts out of prison. Oh yeah, you get this unique, you're looking from a surveillance camera angle in here. They also locked Chris up with some shotgun shells that are green herbs secretly. Don't tell Chris that. A dried up commode. Alright. Enough dilly-dallying. Just got to put a few bullets in a tyrant, watch some cutscenes, and bada bing, bada boom. Chris just sat out here the whole time. He's like, if you went in there to use the commode, it's dried up. Son, it was like that scene in Dumb and Dumber. Son, Jill was in there having a fucking fight of her life on that dried up commode while Chris tried to pretend not to notice. The fan in there is broke and everything, son. It was intolerable.
Come on, let's go.
How come everybody's got to run ahead of me? How come we all can't hang out where there are enemies?
Truck system has been activated. All personnel immediately.
Those chimeras are probably still wandering around, but I ain't much for giving a shit about them, to be perfectly frank.
Self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate.
This would probably be a lot more intense if they were Crimson Heads. So it's a good thing we obliterated them. We're like Samus in Metroid 2. Son. The last asshole naked zombie is in captivity. The Umbrella Lab is at peace. I'm going to save just in case I completely and utterly shit the bed during this final fight, so we ain't got to deal with any of this again.
Self-destruct system has been activated.
No reason to stagger this last save. Alright, what are we going to take for the tyrant? I guess we'll take these shotgun shells. Although instead of the shotgun shells, we could just go ahead and use this damn thing on him. Just to justify having it that whole time. My big herbs, my first aid. Yeah, I'd say we might have just enough to humble that man ever so slightly until he gets his fedora and trench coat for the second game. A little bit different of a tyrant.
Come on, hurry!
Don't tell me to hurry. Once again, I'm solving all the puzzles.
Self-destruct system has been activated.
Have y'all even heard my theory about how we're the Triforce from Zelda? Alright, what kind of good shit was left here for the final boss fight? Some more grenade rounds that we could actually probably slap in that thing if, you know, ammunition wasn't just a meaningless concept to us at this point.
If there's anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
God, the whole time we've been dealing with this nightmare scenario, Brad's been up there just flying around in circles like an asshole. Once again, eating everybody's bagged lunch. No wonder Wesker was the right to be paranoid. He's like, tell me, Mr. Vickers, what would somebody need with 30 bag lunches? Alright, we'll slap this thing in here, and then they'll be like, Jill, go up there and get Brad to park. We're going to be down here doing manly man shit, but spoilers, we have to fight the final boss.
3 minutes to detonation.
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
No!
We can make it. Jill, ladies first.
Chris!
Would you let me have my moments too?
All right. We'll rendezvous at the heliport.
I was going to say Chris needs some kind of outlet because he spent the whole game sitting in that fucking prison cell. But I guess he could have got up to some adventures because Wesker had to find him eventually, and I assume at gunpoint take him there. It's like more apparent in the Chris scenario because Jill's right there at the beginning, and you assume Wesker just picked her up like Dan Backslide and got in a runabout and brought her here. What if it randomizes the rocket launcher? What if Brad throws us a blue herb? Be the ultimate fuck you from Brad Vickers, son. The true hero of Resident Evil. Cool, let's do it.
Jill!
You made it!
Oh god. See what happened when we let Chris have his moments too? Oh no, we dodged this EX counter slash, boys. We're Evo ready. I gotta put some fucking bullets in this gun. Give me just a moment. Have you met Barry Burton? Would you like to slice him with your big fucking lobster claw arm?
Jill, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
Sure thing, Brad. Just because you asked real nice. It's a very uneventful tyrant fight, but what can you do? The playthrough itself is such a fucking nightmare. Why not have an easy boss fight? What you got to say for yourself, Rocket-chan? A very destructive weapon. Nice, hear you. Let's see how that works.
Jill, you did a fine job.
Look at that, Wesker Senpai, praising us from the grave. Although I guess he's not dead according to the canon. He injected himself with like the OC Do Not Steal virus, son. And like got super Keanu Reeves powers. But we won't learn about that till Code Veronica or Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 5 or Umbrella Chronicles or the other 900 games Albert Wesker's in. Let's see what our final score is. Oh, I guess that was the screen that would tell us. Real Survivor. How about Real Pain in the Ass mode? More like it. I believe I did a playthrough of that for y'all somewhere on the channel. Jill got a closet key. Jill got a custom. Oh, that's Barry's. So Barry doesn't even carry his samurai edge with him because he has that Magnum. But the canon is he had one designed, one of those Berettas designed for every STARS member to accommodate their shooting style. And you can get them all in Resident Evil 2 Remake, you know, if you pre-ordered or bought a CD key off the internet. And each one is slightly different. Well, Barry's has an extended magazine, which is represented by infinite ammo, and it fires in a 3-round burst. So, there you go. Don't say you never learned nothing. Because as always, it's terrible English. Well, I'm glad I finally got off my ass and played Resident Evil Remake Randomizer. I've been meaning to do it for a while, but I was just too lazy to take the 5 minutes to figure out how to download and install it and run the trainer. Oh, and I had to convince Windows that it wasn't a malicious virus, which very well could be. So, there you go. Once again, the sacrifices. Me and Robo. Are they going to build a big cathedral to honor me where you can buy real nice hats to help you fight Lavos? Probably not, but that's not what I do it for. I don't do it for the status protection hats.